ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new edition of the EKN OutLap, our preview podcast as part of our EKN Trackside live coverage. My name is Rob Howden, joined by David Cole. Episode 46 of the OutLap, October the 5th, 2022. A very busy start to the month of October. Just wrapping things up at the CKNA Grand National at Newcastle. I personally did not leave because I'm still here in the Airbnb. I'll be at the track tomorrow for the Rotax U.S. Trophy Final. Opportunity for drivers to potentially earn tickets to the Team USA for this year's Rotax Grand Finals, as well as some open tickets as well. Again, episode 46 of the OutLap. David Cole joining me. We'll dive into that in a second. This preview brought to you by RaceLab. The new face of competitive karting in the Pacific Northwest is RaceLab. The full-service karting operation is located at the state-of-the-art Kartplex facility in Oliver, British Columbia, Canada, providing everything you need to hit the track or put yourself in a successful driver development program. RaceLab is the official North American distributor for the TB kart chassis, providing the full range of models from the kid kart to shifter kart. Villeneuve Racing Karts is their flagship product, available only through RaceLab. The brand carries the name of Formula One champion and Indianapolis 500 winner Jacques Villeneuve, with each model produced by TB Kart. Follow RaceLab on social media on Facebook and Instagram, or load up their website at theracelab.ca to learn more about TB Kart and Villeneuve Racing Karts. RaceLab, race with us, win with us. Well, David, quick drive home for you guys on Monday morning. You're coming back down here tomorrow, a couple of days at the home office, spend some time with the family. But we've got the Race Rotax U.S. Trophy Final up this weekend.
We certainly do, Rob. Yeah, as you said, back-to-back weekends for us at Newcastle Motorsports Park. We're going from Operation Grassroots Briggs to Operation Grassroots Rotax, because again, we've talked about it over the last couple of years, how Rotax is really focused on making that engine platform available at the grassroots level and building it up from the ground up, as it did 20 years ago when it first began in the United States and around the world. So excited to be part of a Rotax race. Again, we were at the 2020 Rotax Grand Nationals that were held at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 2021, there was no such thing. They just focused on their Trophy Series West and East programs. Now they're offering a kind of a East versus West type scenario with an open format to bring a lot of different Rotax racers from North America and around the world to take part in this event at Newcastle.
Yeah, you talk about it. It's really a gathering of the Rotaxians, as they say, from all over North America, the inaugural event here for this U.S. Trophy Final. The official dates, October 7th, 8th, and 9th, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, as David said, Newcastle Motorsports Park in Newcastle, Indiana is where we're going to be. And David, this track actually hosted the U.S. Grand Nationals about 12 years ago, back in 2010.
Yeah, that was the first Pro Tour event I actually missed, because you were up in Shawano, Wisconsin. I was there at Newcastle Motorsports Park. Got to see some thrilling action that weekend in Rotax racing, especially the senior category. We had, I believe it was Philip Arscott buying literally an $800 chassis and putting it together and going up and getting a ticket to go race at the World Finals. So Rotax, no stranger to Rotax, or Newcastle, no stranger to Rotax racing. It's just been a while since we have seen Rotax competition at the Indiana facility, but it's, again, unique in the fact that we're going to do reverse national. I think that's going to be the key element. We've seen it over the last couple of years and with a couple of different events, and now Rotax is doing that as well too. So the uniqueness of a reverse national layout, again, the clockwise direction, certainly adds different passing zones, different elements, different ways of finishing, because you have the right, left, right combination heading to the checkered flag. So going to be an exciting layout, I think, to determine the 5 different winners we have this weekend.
Dave, let's talk a bit about the schedule. Officially, as I had said, the 7th, 8th, the 9th, the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday. But there will be unofficial practice getting things rolling tomorrow on Thursday.
Yeah, as we see with a lot of the national events, we'll have unofficial practice on Thursday. They'll get 5 sessions already on the official schedule for the weekend. So people will be able to see when they're up. And again, it allows all the competitors, many of who probably have never been to Newcastle Motorsports Park, the opportunity to kind of get adjusted and get fit to not only the facility, but obviously the reverse national layout. Friday, we'll get into official practice. It'll be 6 sessions long. You'll have 4 8-minute sessions with 2 13-minute sessions at the end for all 5 different categories.
Yeah, Saturday, we'll start with a warm-up. We'll have a qualifying session in the morning, a couple of heat races on Saturday. We'll have the pre-final as well. Then Sunday will be just warm-up and final. So kind of a focus of what we saw last weekend, David, at the Cup Karts North America Grand Nationals, not the double days with extra points, this being a kind of a winner-take-all kind of a thing. We're having the finals on Sunday.
Yeah, and also a new unique part of the Rotax race, they're actually going to do the race by minutes.
Yeah.
So instead of set laps for each of the categories, the heat races are going to be 10 minutes long plus 2 laps. So kind of like your motocross and supercross that you've seen on TV, where they have the time allotted and then they add a lap or 2 there at the end. So same thing there with the heat races, 8 minutes for the cadets. Plus 2 laps. Pre-final is going to be 13 minutes and 2 laps for senior, master, junior, and cadets will be 11 plus 2. Main events will be 16 minutes long with 2 plus 2 laps, along with 13 minutes long plus 2 laps for the cadet category.
Now let's talk about how the point structure is going to roll out. The Rotax Grand Finals tickets up for grabs, as we said. There are points up for grabs in all the events, all the wheel-to-wheel events, heat races, pre-finals, main event points. All up for grabs, different points for each race. That'll find out who is going to end up being the class champion.
Yeah, again, because we're bringing the West and East together to form that kind of national championship in a way to decide the 5 different champions on the season and to be awarded the Rotax Grand Final tickets. So each session is going to be very crucial. And again, you can come in trailing by a lot and be able to earn a lot of points here this weekend. You have 35 points to win both the heat races or a pre-final. So those 3 races add up to 105 points total for a winner. So there's a lot of points valued in those 3 races, along with the main event providing 300 points to the winner. So again, a lot of points available up for grabs for a lot of these drivers that are in the hunt, and when they're combining the East and West points together. So anything can really happen, especially, guys who might be looking on the outside, looking in, still have an opportunity mathematically to be there come Championship Sunday.
Let's have a look at the actual tickets that are going to be available as well.
Yes, and aside from those with the championship format with the East and West, there also is the open tickets that are going to be available for drivers who are just there competing. Mini Max will award the first 2 positions in the main event with tickets that are non-championship contenders. Junior Max will have the highest finisher, first place, not in the championship. Masters Max, also first place. That competitor, along with the champion in Masters Max, will race in the DD2 Masters category at the Rotax Grand Finals. And then Senior Max giving away 3 tickets in that race, with second and third being allotted the tickets to go compete in the DD2 category at the Rotax Grand Finals. So
loads of different components on this weekend for sure, Dave.
Yeah, it's going to keep you and me and Henry busy up in the booth, kind of keeping track of where everything is. We'll have to get an Excel spreadsheet formatted and ready to go for the weekend to kind of determine, who's in the hunt and who's not. Somebody might be out of the championship, but have the opportunity to still win themselves a ticket to the Rotax Grand Finals.
Yeah, indeed. As David had mentioned, Henry Beaudet, the voice of Rotax racing around the world, will be joining us in the EKN booth as well. Looking forward to that for sure. First break of the action, folks. When we get back, we'll have a little look at the by the numbers right now. We'll give you the class pre-entries as they rolled in here to Newcastle. Stay tuned. More to come. Is IndyCar your dream? If it is, for 2023 and beyond, the path from karting to IndyCar has gotten even clearer. It's time to look into the new USF Juniors program and the brand new Tatis JR23. As a stepping stone onto the road to Indy presented by Cooper Tires, Anderson Promotions debuted a new series in 2022 that provides the ultimate opportunity for driver development for karting's career-minded racers. In 2023, the USF Junior Series will feature a 6-event, 18-race schedule to train racers for the move into the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. The champion will win a scholarship worth over $200,000, and the total prize fund will exceed $325K. The series will also debut the new Tatis JR23 race car, which is a development version of the USF 22 used in USF 2000. It's the ideal entry point for career-minded karters ready to move onto the car racing ladder. If IndyCar is your goal, USF Juniors is the starting line. For more information, visit www.usfjuniors.com and follow USF Juniors on social media and Road to Indy TV. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Welcome back to the EKN Radio Network as we have our 46th edition of the OutLap, our preview podcast, looking at this weekend's Rotax U.S. Trophy Final that will happen at Newcastle Motorsports Park. My name is Rob Howden, joined by David Cole. David, let's look at by the numbers. Obviously, this is a program that is growing, and anytime we talk about a new event like this Trophy Final, it's kind of setting the baseline all total. There is an international field. We have Americans, but we have 3 other countries represented as well. Let's have a look at kind of the by the numbers right now.
Yeah, 75 entries in total. And again, you also have to think about race schedule-wise. We just had Cup Karts North America Grand Nationals down there. Also on the same weekend as this race, you have the Stars Championship Series event going on just across the border in Ohio. And you also have next weekend the IME Grand National Championship going on at GoPro Motorplex. So a busy time for it. It was really the only time they could slot this race in. So that was a major kind of a factor on the numbers, because I think we could have got over that 100 mark. Right now sitting at 75 entries for the event, which is phenomenal. Double digits nearly in every category. And the biggest one of them, Senior Max at 25.
Yeah, 25 drivers in the Senior Max class. That'll be a good group. 11 drivers in Masters, 16 in Junior, 14 in Mini, and 9 in Micro. And I'd mentioned that obviously the American drivers there, but 3 drivers from Peru, 13 drivers, David, coming down over the border from Canada, and a couple of drivers from Argentina as well.
Yeah, certainly Canada has a good, strong following in the Rotax platform. We've seen it over the last couple of decades. You know, obviously Canada's been able to pick up a couple World Rotax Grand Finals victories, pick up the team award as well too. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple Canadians maybe stealing a couple of tickets here at Newcastle with some phenomenal drivers coming down across the border.
All right, another quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about Senior Max and Masters Max. We'll have a look at the entries. We'll have a look at the actual entry lists themselves. David can throw some notes out there, but more to come on this edition of the OutLap after this message.
Are you ready to go from karts to cars? Since 1975, the Skip Barber Racing School has taken great drivers and made them champions. Today, we're proud to welcome the next generation of winners. Make the transition from karts to cars with the Skip Barber Formula Race Series. You'll compete at the most iconic tracks in America. Race weekends include your very own equalized Formula 4 race car, a professional crew, expert instruction, video and data analysis, hospitality, and more. This is the place to fulfill your dream of becoming a champion. Sign up today by calling 866-932-1949 or visit us at skipbarber.com.
Made in the USA. That's exactly what you get from Precision Karting Technologies. Based in Detroit, Michigan, PKT brings over 35 years of manufacturing experience to the sport of karting. Their passion for the sport began focusing around the Kid Kart platform and has expanded every year with hundreds of products designed to put you on the podium. Precision Karting Technologies is known around North America for their successful line of axles, available in all age groups. PKT manufactures a number of engine products for Comer, IAME, Rock, Rotax, and the popular Briggs & Stratton 206. A wide variety of chassis components for the many brands in the sport are available through PKT, including hubs, pedal risers, skid plates, and other hardware for your kart. Axle straightening, chassis adjustments, engine service, and specific CNC machining projects are available through their Motor City headquarters. To learn more about the many products and services available from Precision Karting Technologies, head to pktaxles.com. Welcome back to EKN Radio Network. My name is Rob Howden with David Cole as we get ready to roll over to Newcastle Motorsports Park, our preview podcast, the OutLap for the Rotax US Trophy Final. Tickets to the Rotax Grand Finals up for grabs. And David, let's jump in here now to the Senior Max category. This is going to be the one everybody's watching for sure with 25 entries, a solid group of drivers in Senior Max. Give us some insight on what we're going to be looking for here this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be being the largest category. It's not the last class on the racetrack though, so that typically you set up for the exciting one to be last, but Senior Max is going to be in the middle. So make sure you set your watches for the middle of the event to tune in and listen in on ekartingnews.com/live. But yeah, I mean, it's a good mix of East versus West coming in and looking at the points championship program. You got Aiden Fox leading the way in the overall championship when you put the two programs together. Sorry, I didn't have it on that right page. I'm trying to find it here. He's leading by just about 64 points over Ethan Ho, who is the top performer from the West side, along with Griffin Dollar sitting there in third, just a few points back from them. Then you add in East Coast driver Justin White, and then Matthew Goodard rounding out your top five in the championship. And they're about separated by just, about 150 points. So again, with the allotted amount of points that are going to be up for grabs, anything can happen within that top five. And then you throw in the wild cards that we're going to have there in racing for the open tickets. A lot can happen to those in the championship hunt as well.
Yeah, a number of drivers coming in from Colorado, of course, that were part of that West Coast Trophy, West Coast, the U.S. West Final. You got Macy Williams. I think we could watch for her as well. How about we mentioned a bunch of different nations. We didn't mention the UK, David, because Oliver Hodgson, I think, is going to be a guy to watch for sure on the comp card.
Yes, I missed that one because essentially he is a USA driver, but I guess he does hold a UK license when he does compete internationally, because Oliver has been competing here in the US for a number of years now. And yes, certainly put him at the top, being I want to say he's a former winner. Maybe I can't remember off the top of my head, but certainly knows his way around the Rotax package for sure. So certainly can count him as one of the contenders for the open seat, but a long list of Canadians that are going to be there, including Jason Lewing and the Ali brothers, Adam and Daniel. Yeah, and Lewing is a former Rotax Team Canada member, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, multiple time. Multi-time. Yes, multi-time racing in. I think he raced there last year in senior, but he's been there a number of times in junior as well. All right, so the drivers definitely to watch for. The Masters drivers, and we talked about the fact about the CKNA race had so many great Masters drivers, but this is a pretty stacked field of guys we've been watching for the last decade or more, David. Let's jump into the Masters category and have a look with 11 to go. Derek Wang leading the points coming in. Yeah, he's got a 44-point lead over top East Coast driver John Bonanno, who was part of Team USA and is looking to make his way back there again, along with Derek Wang, who's a 10-time USA team member. So a lot of Team USA up at the front there. Vincent Carey is sitting there in third, just about 97 points, 87 points out of the first place. And then you add in Billy Cleveland there sitting fourth. He was the top contender for Derek Wang on the West Coast. So you got 2 East Coast guys, 2 West Coast guys fighting it out for that championship ticket in the Masters Max category. Billy also a former Team USA member as well.
And my wild card here, as I look through the entry, 11 drivers, as we said, set to go. This is pre-entries for the Masters Max category, but it would be Lauren Tumardan for Technokart USA. This is a guy that runs up front in most Masters races that he's in, whether it's in the 100cc, David, or the 125cc tag programs. Mardan's going to be a guy I think it should be pretty fun to watch battling up front with the lead group.
Yeah, and don't count Michael Burton out, the Ohio driver. He's been a longtime Masters driver who double dips racing senior and Masters in not only Briggs competition, but also in tag competition as well too. So I've not seen him race Rotax before. So this will be good to see Michael Burton from Ohio competing against Wang and Cleveland and Bonanno and Mardan, who, as we know, has a great track record at Newcastle.
Yeah, a lot of drivers, of course, that have been part of the Rotax Grand Finals before. The reason why they continue to run Rotax now that it's really kind of getting that momentum going again and has that, that panache again, is they want to get back to that race, David. It's the one thing, Rotax was so big here. We have people that come into the sport, stay for a couple of years. There's a lot of people that are new to the sport that don't remember what the Rotax program was like, through the 2000s when it was absolutely massive. So, and even into the, earlier the last decade. So honestly, there are drivers here that have been there before and they want to go back because it's such a tremendous race, right? That's the bottom line.
Yeah. And I keep saying, the Rotax Grand Finals is probably the greatest event around the world. Just the fact that, again, you have countries against countries, but you're also competitors against each other. But there's a good camaraderie among among each other, and I mean, just the fact of bringing drivers from over 50 countries around the world to just one event. I mean, we kind of have that with the Super Nationals. It is a worldwide event, but really, I mean, the Rotax Grand Finals, it's kind of on its own plateau.
Yeah, and the national thing isn't there for the Super Nationals, right? It's not there for any World Championships either. You're running for your team. You're not really running for your nation. And that's the cool factor. It's really a nation's program for sure.
Yeah, I'm cheering on Team Canada as much as I am Team USA. You gotta support the brothers.
That's it. All right.
And sisters. That's right.
And sisters. Final break. We're going to come back. Junior Max, Mini Max, and Micro Max. And we'll wrap up this quick edition of the EKN OutLap for this coming weekend's Rotax US Trophy Final. There's a new hot button name in American safety equipment, Stilo USA. Every product with Stilo is focused on safety, comfort, and function. Stilo USA is happy to provide you with the proper safety apparel to keep you protected on the track, and their karting lineup is second to none. The ST5 KRT karting helmet is available for $599. Manufactured using a lightweight and extremely strong composite material, the KRT provides an excellent fit and comfort level due to its dual density interior foam lining, and it's equipped with a symmetrical visor that offers excellent vision and an effortless central visor locking system. The ST5 CMR standard was developed jointly by the FIA Institute and Snell Memorial Foundation to ensure safer and lighter weight helmets for the younger karters. Drivers rave about the superior comfort levels, lightweight construction, and the unparalleled field of vision. The perfect youth helmet is available for $549. Stilo didn't stop with their helmets either. The newly developed Carbon Curva Rib Protector is unlike any on the market, with its form-fitting solution to offer superior protection. Head to StiloHelmets.com to review these and many more products to keep you safe on the track. Stilo, any competition, one helmet. Powered by technology, DID racing chains have a worldwide reputation for superior quality and reliability. Meticulously engineered and manufactured in Japan, DID Genuine Parts are the world's #1 original parts supplier for Japanese and European motorcycle manufacturers. A rich racing tradition where results speak for themselves, DID prides itself on engineering the most technologically advanced chains on the market to help you excel on and off the track. DID's SDH pin treatment creates an extremely hard chromium carbide layer on the pin surface that houses a soft inner core to absorb extreme shock loads. DID's 219 HTZ racing chain boasts this SDH pin technology, which leads to longer chain life as well as excellent energy transmission to the wheels. Available in the gorgeous gold, the 219 HTZ is the ultimate racing kart chain. Pick up a DID chain at your local dealer today, because when winning is the only thing that matters, go with DID. Welcome back to the EKN Radio Network. Rob Howden and David Cole, episode 46 of the OutLap, our preview of this coming weekend's Rotax US Trophy Final. Halfway through, essentially. We got Junior Max, Mini Max, and Micro Max still to go. David, let's jump into the Junior Max category. 16 entries coming into the weekend at Newcastle. A good group of drivers. Cooper Eau-Claire with the point lead as he rolls into Indiana.
Yeah, a member of Team USA last year in the Junior Max category. He has a 64-point advantage over Ben Hernandez, who sits second in the championship chase. Archer Eversman is third. Alexander Jacoby, I believe another member of Team USA. I think he raced in the Mini Max category last year in it was Bahrain, correct? If I remember correctly, so. Bahrain. And then Giovanni Satora sitting there in fifth. They're all separated by roughly about 150 points. So you got Nix Eggleston in sixth, again, within about 160 points. And then this one's going to be probably a nail biter with how close all the drivers are in the championship coming into the weekend.
Yeah, two Canadians coming down. Frederick Lemieux running for PSL Karting. I believe his brother Antoine there as well. So both those drivers on Barrel Art chassis, plus Francesco Monarca from Argentina running with AM engines on an OTK product. So again, an international field, David, a couple of drivers coming in for those open tickets, but it'll be probably those front four drivers, five drivers that we expect to kind of be in the fight once we roll on here on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, those six drivers are kind of the more familiar names, and then you add in the Canadians that could possibly be there as well. So again, anything could happen. A lot of racing ahead of these drivers, and obviously you got to keep the wheels on the pavement and be able to make sure mechanicals stay away from you.
Consistency will take you to the front, yes. at least for the front of the grid of the main event on Sunday. It may not get you to the end, but at least get you somewhere in the first couple of front rows. 14 drivers set to go for Mini Max. Fionn Shi, the driver here, the East Coaster from the Trophy Final East, or the Trophy Series East, rather, David, who will lead the points coming in.
And he's got a pretty healthy margin going in, about just over 100 points ahead of West driver Gage Korn, who was a Team USA member last year in the Mini Max category. So trying to go back-to-back years at the Rotax Grand Finals. But closely behind him is Nathan Howley, along with Kyle Drysdale, who was another Team USA member last year as well. And then Tristan Kanjanapatak.
We're gonna work on that one. Kanjanapatak?
Kanjanapatak. That sounds familiar. That sounds better. Yeah. He's still within about 170 points. So again, a lot of points up for grabs. So all five of those drivers will be at Newcastle competing for that championship ticket to the Rotax Grand Finals.
Yeah, and again, another good group of Canadians in this one here, 5 in total. Antoine Lemieux, Lucas, what's this one? DeLongchamps, I think. DeLongchamps, Caleb Smith, Olivier Marac, and Jackson LeChapelle all coming down. Part of cool to see some of the team names here, David. You got PSL Karting, we got Pro Kart Concepts, but also BCR. Good to see Ben Cooper potentially trackside with us. I love that.
Yeah, Ben Cooper, a multi-time Rotax Grand Finals winner and Super Nationals winner as well too. You know, he's got drivers in Senior Max and also in this Mini Max category as well. And nope, that's it for him. So, but he's been a longtime coach now in Canada.
Yes,
helping to form the future stars. And I'm sure he's already got a couple drivers on Team Canada all ready to go. So why not come down and try and get some of the open tickets that are going to be down here at
That's
Newcastle?
exactly it. Micromax, the only category that doesn't have double digits, but could get one or two more at-track entries. You never know. 9 entries in total in the Micromax category, and a driver that we've been actually following, David, all year long. He's a top national driver out of New York. Marco Samet will be with Mike Doty Racing on an LN kart, and he'll lead the way into Newcastle.
Yeah, and he's got about 107-point lead coming into the weekend, so a good gap for him. Still going to have to be consistent, though, over the weekend to maintain that over Ryan Queen. Braylon Underwood also representing the West Coast. And those are the 3 drivers that right now are in the championship hunt with, no other driver on the points docket out above in the top 5 that will be at Newcastle.
So there you go. You have 9 drivers total, a full American grid in the micro max category. But David, all total, like I said, 75 entries. Pretty good way to get things rolling. A baseline for this new Rotax US Trophy Final program, the East versus the West. Plus you got a number of drivers from different countries coming in, Peru, Canada, Argentina, all coming in to run after those open tickets. The bottom line is, when we get things rolling officially on Friday morning, it should be a tremendous atmosphere at the track. It's going to be more focused than the massive kind of chaotic events we've had before. But again, this is a program that's really just setting the baseline, really good people behind it with J3 competition. And there's going to be nothing but growth for Rotax here in North America moving forward.
Yeah, certainly. Again, I was at the event at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2020, and it ran like clockwork. That's the one thing you can expect with J3 and the Race Rotax program, professionally done. They got the right people in the right positions, so we'll see a lot of the same staff members that were at Charlotte again here in Newcastle, from scoring all the way to on track and then off track and tech as well too. So excited to be part of this event. Again, like you said, something they can grow on. Again, 75 is a solid number for 5 categories. Remember that.
Yeah,
only exactly. 5 classes. So there's going to be a lot of track time for a lot of these drivers, a lot of opportunity to get acclimated to the Newcastle facility. And so that will help. Not only does the Rotax program kind of keep people, keep it, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Keep it tight, keep the racing tight. That's what I meant. So it should be some close pack racing, I think, all weekend long.
I agree with that. And as we know, this track is a draft track, right? So this could be really exciting to see if we have big lead groups up front. Again, you can listen live from qualifying all the way through to the main events. I'll be on the PA along with Henry Baudette, ekartingnews.com/live. On the website, will also stream through the EKN Radio Network app. So if you have the app downloaded to your mobile device, click on that. You'll be able to hear all the broadcasts throughout the weekend. Obviously, we're going to be heavy on the social media, as we always are: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The hashtags we'll be using: hashtag EKN at Rotax and hashtag US Trophy Final, and of course hashtag Rotax as well. David, I know you've been able to have a little bit of time at home. You got a little party potentially planned for this evening. I guess we'll see you back here Thursday night, coming back into Newcastle.
Yeah, a birthday party tonight, and trying to go watch some tennis tomorrow morning for his first high school tournament. So that'll be exciting to try and get a couple matches to watch and then try and hit the road, get the rental car, get down there, and be ready to go Friday morning for official practice. And of course, you'll be there a little bit tomorrow, providing a little bit of glimpse into what people can expect to see and kind of see who's there. And again, excited to be part of this event. Going to be an amazing one. And again, I love that. I'm going to love that Sunday feeling of being able to hand out those Rotax Grand Final tickets to the drivers who deserve them.
That is exactly it. Big thank you again to Race Lab for being the presenting sponsor of this edition of the EKN OutLap. And as David said, I'll be at the track a bit tomorrow, so make sure you have a look through social media. I'll be pushing some stuff out on all of our platforms for sure. Otherwise, once David and I lock and load, there'll be a full EKN Trackside live coverage program throughout the remainder of the weekend. Again, this coming weekend, we're getting set to go with the Rotax US Trophy Final from Newcastle Motorsports Park. We'll add some names to Team USA and maybe even a couple of the other national programs as well. We are done for this edition. Live again Friday morning from Newcastle Motorsports Park. On behalf of David Cole, thanks for tuning in. My name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.